Hi, you guys. Welcome to Let's Heal Podcast. I am your host. I am your host, Tella, and I will be with you today. I don't know. I feel all like, just super laid back. I have a full pink outfit on, 3-piece. Yeah, it's a very calm day. These are pre-recorded, so today's actually 420. It means nothing to what we're talking about, but I feel very free. I don't know. And I don't mean that in like an unsober way. I'm just saying life is just free. But how you guys doing? How's your week? It's been going good. That's what I like to hear. It's okay if it didn't. It don't gotta go perfect, but it's going okay. And we have to give a round of applause to our producer Terry V. Yes. Yep. You see, I had to wait a second because I told Terry. You know what I'm saying? I think we talked about this last week. I just want you to know that I can call him things because we are in a partnership where, we're business partners, bros. You, on the other hand, you know what I'm saying, is Terry V. Y'all getting the government name. So, yeah. Terry, you have a good week? Good. Black man. We're going to be talking about boundaries, learning about what our unhealthy boundaries, learning about what are actual healthy boundaries and what boundaries are, right? So, we get into relationships, whether romantic or platonic, friendships, even the relationships with our families. And, this is more for like people who are givers, right? You always are the person who extends yourself, you're helpful, you want to be, you're trying to make change in your life, you're trying to grow, you're trying to develop, and so you want to help the people around you, right? And that's a beautiful thing. It's so, so important that we give. But the other part of this is to receive, right? If we give too much, we're going to find ourselves in a position that is draining. So if I'm giving from an empty cup, I'm going to find myself without what I need to be my best self. And the hard part is sometimes, and that's what's hard with boundaries, is sometimes we don't know when it's too much. How do I have a good balance, right? So you have people in your life that you want to be there for, support, be a supportive factor too. But Lord, it be time consuming. It's time. Not that we don't want to be there, but let's say, just for example, I'm a single mom, so I have a child. It's me, my son, and my mom in our house, right? So my mom is there. I have my dad, my brother, my nieces, my nephews. I have 4 best friends. That's exciting, right? And I love them. I say that not in a sarcastic way, but I do. There's 4 of them, right? I have cousins I'm close with. I have close friends. I have business partners, right? So you could just imagine that's a lot of people that I have to show up for, right? And on top of that, let me get this out my face a little bit. Oh my God. Sorry. All right, we're back like we never left. But then I have clients. I'm a therapist. I'm a life coach, right? I am, I do classes. I do workshops. There's a lot that be on my plate, child. It's a lot, right? And then obviously I'm the person who has to show up in all these spaces, right? In all these different hats and all these different roles. So if I'm not taking care of myself, you can only imagine how that trickles down to all the people who are, either dependent on me or are needing to be in connection with me, or people who I've made a commitment to be in connection with. That's a lot of people. Like, do the math, you know what I'm saying? Carry the 2, add the 1. It's a lot of people, right? And at one point in my life, I used to want to be everybody's favorite person for whatever reason, because that was stupid. And it was more because at one point in my life, I used to connect what I did for others to my worth, right? Now, saying it out loud now that I've, moved past this sound crazy, right? And it's not like I actually said those words to myself, like, oh yeah, I'm doing this out of my worth. But I was able to, when I start unpacking these things, I'm like, oh, I feel like if I don't do these things for you, I gotta move this out my way. If I don't do these things for you, then you're going to be upset with me, or you're going to be angry with me, or you're going to feel as if I don't love you, So I have to drop everything when you need me, right? Drop everything when you call, drop everything, in every situation. And at one point in my life I was doing it. I don't know necessarily would say if it was working or not, but I was actually doing it. I was, trying to be there for everybody who called me, but I was exhausted. I wasn't taking care of myself. I wasn't happy. I wasn't fulfilled. Like, I would go help them and I would have a heap of stuff to do and then never finish it. Then I'm late on my work. I'm late on my, the things that I want, the things that I've been desiring. I'm not finishing things on time. I'm missing deadlines. Like, there's so many things that I missed out on. I could have bettered myself because I was somewhere helping somebody, right? I was somewhere trying to be everybody's superhero, right? But a lot of times when we're being somebody's superhero, or we're trying to be everybody's superhero, we're not actually we put in effort back into ourselves, restoring ourselves, taking care of ourselves. The way sometimes I see energy, because like I said, kind of pouring from an empty cup, right? But I feel like we hear that so much, and it becomes so like, so it's like a little cliche at this point, right? We know, right? But let's say instead of a cup, we use money, we use funds, right? Because what I'm saying, I know what you like. But let's say if you only have $40 in your bank account, right? Sidebar a little bit. If you only have $40 in your bank account, and somebody says, hey, can I borrow $60? What would your answer be? Don't everybody talk at once. It would be no.
I got no $60.
But I would hope it would be no, because essentially what you would do is you would put yourself in debt, right? Now they walking around $60 richer, and you are now paying for that extra 20 that went into the red. You're in red now, and they charge you that little overdraft fee, right? So you finna give them, you're gonna be in debt over your head. But that's when we try to extend ourselves past our breaking point. And that's the same thing that happens with boundaries, right? This pouring from an empty cup, this putting ourselves into the red, this, making ourselves emotionally deficit, right? I wouldn't want my bank account to be in the red for somebody to be able to buy the things that they need, but my stuff is not being taken care of, right? And then sometimes, we'll let somebody drain us all the way to, that like, oh, I need $40. You have $40, but then you give it to them and now you have nothing. You're left with nothing, right? And the same thing, money is energy anyways. So we wouldn't want to give somebody our last amount of energy or financially. So I shouldn't be giving you everything that I already have within me, especially if that's the thing that I would need to be able to last until more comes, right? And I would need that $40 to last me until more money came. I need this energy to be able to last me until I get some more, right? Until I can restore myself with more, because people that we love, and this is not just like, we talk about unhealthy relationships and people being toxic, and that's true too. I'm talking about the people we love, we adore, will run they need you, you're right there. Or you're wishing you're able to be there. Like you're trying to make sure, you're their parent. You're trying to make sure that they have all their needs met. If they're your partner, you want to make sure you're the best partner. Like I'm talking about those people in your life that sometimes it's hard to have boundaries with, because I don't want you to think that I don't care. But if I'm hitting my capacity, if I'm hitting my limit, right? Then I'm be angry at you. Subconsciously, I'm gonna be mad at you because I'm gonna think that it was you who made me feel this way, right? Damn, if I didn't bring you to the store, I would have been able to rest. But now I don't have time to rest because I got to go from here, 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 and here. And now I'm mad at you because I think that it's you who made me feel this way, right? And it's not the other person, because honestly, you could have just said no, right? But it'd be so hard for us to say no. It's so funny, like since I became like an entrepreneur, I've been intentional. Hello, this is not for the weak, okay, of heart. And so God is strengthening my heart because, baby, has it been weak? Drug me low, but that's okay. Look, one step at a time. He's strengthening us, strengthening the faith. Please send your prayers immediately. Please, we need them. But since I started being an entrepreneur, I've had to work on my boundaries in so many different ways, just because, like I said, I'll be wanting to be there for everybody I love. I want to be a support. And this is a big season for me. Like in the house that I'm in, which is my grandparents' house, my grandma passed away a couple years ago, my dog. But my grandpa, he lives with my dad in Texas. And so, yeah, we're taking care of the house. I'll probably kind of go into that one day, but me and my mom and my son are, getting the house together, because they're going to be selling it soon. So there's that. And then after they sell it, or like not after they sell it, before they sell it, we'll be moving. Me, my son, and my mom will be moving to Texas, right? Close to my dad, but not like super, super close. So like it'll be Cyprus. So I'm excited. I'm actually going out there next week, so I can go look at some places. Y'all wish me well. So I have the house that I'm hitting shit. I bet. I have the house that I'm getting ready, helping my dad get ready to sell. I have, a new business. We're about to move, right? There's a lot of different moving parts. I have a new business in a new state, which I'm believing is divinely directed. Obviously, like this was not something I came up with all by myself. I was out there. I've been out there a few times, but I was out there, and it fits. And it's going to be good for me health-wise. Like, I have low iron, so Minnesota it's a lot on my body. It was 74 last week, and now it's 32. Like, get a grip immediately, right? So I need something that's more stable for my health. Weather-wise, I need something warmer. And, I just feel like I'm being called out there. So this is the year of faith. So I'm just trusting that things are happening the way that they're supposed to. Because honestly, since I've made that statement, since I told, my family that I wanted to move there, life has been shifting very quickly. So I'm going to just take that as a sign. But, it's nerve-wracking thinking about like, what is that word? Just picking yourself up and going somewhere else. I've never done that. Like, the only time I've lived somewhere else was when I was undergrad in my first year of college in Chicago, right? So but with a kid, My mom's, she's starting a new career out there too. So it's just so much newness, but it's a lot of fear and anxiety that comes with that. So there's a lot of different things that are like etched in my brain, right? Or that my body is constantly thinking about. And what I noticed since I started the entrepreneurial journey in January is I can lose focus quite quickly. Okay. Like immediately. Like I learned that I had ADHD last year, which now that I know about ADHD, and I probably have a complete, episode about this, but about ADHD in general, but it brought me a lot of clarity. I tell you that it brought me a lot of understanding. It brought me a lot of awareness. And so I'm very thankful that I know, but then it's also something I have to be very mindful of, right? So I remember the first week I, was like a full entrepreneur. And when I tell you that first week I was on the phone with anyone from clients to my parents, to my best friends, to, my close friend. Like I had so many conversations they're great conversations, but I was not productive because I don't know. I haven't mastered the ability. Like once I'm that one person where like, if I'm on the phone, I'm damn near vacuuming the ceiling. Cause I'm just doing random stuff. Like anytime I'm working, I have to be intentional, and I'm on the phone, I have to be intentional, because if not, I'm gonna just start pacing throughout the house, looking at memes with you on the phone, right? Like I have no problem doing that. And so I can get distracted so easily. And so I've had to like, put like, what is it called? The focus thing on for my work focus. So it's like from like 9 a.m. to like 4 p.m. because I just would notice that, and I mean, people still call me, but I can kind of choose if I'm in a space or not to talk. One, because I'm doing a lot of content creation. So 9 times out of 10, I'm on my phone, whether I'm recording a video. And let me just tell you, if somebody calls me in the middle of me recording a video, you want to see me get, child, I would be pissed off. And don't let me be going crazy, right? Don't let me be eating them up, you know what I'm saying, in the mental health field. Like, the anxiety I get when my phone is not on focus and I'm recording a video and I visually see somebody calling me at this exact moment and how angry I would be at them. Like my son's grandma on his dad's side would always say, I love you enough and I want to keep loving you. And at first I couldn't really understand what she was saying. I miss my Amy. But like now that I've gotten older, I can see like, I love you so much that I'm not going to let you ruin this for us. Okay. Because if you call me during that, I'm going to be so angry. I'm going to have to calm myself down. But it's not about you. It has everything to do with me. And that's how boundaries work, right? Because I would notice that, when people would call me or people would, FaceTime, like I'm talking about from friends to family to, I feel like I have gotten so many calls since I became an entrepreneur, right? And my phone be blowing up. And that is a distraction to my creativity because with having ADHD, baby, the thought will be here and then it's gone. And it's out. Like, don't ask me, what was we just talking about? Because I don't know. I have no idea. Actually, I don't know how I got here. That's, my memory is not the best, which is related to ADHD. But, it was for that reason first, because I don't want to be upset or taking negative energy out on you, right? But I have to set healthy boundaries, healthy parameters around this schedule, right? Because whether I'm finishing grants or, I'm still in school, we're just about done. school for life coaching. I just finished like this. If you're a social worker, there's this process. Like after you get your certification, you have to do continuing education credits, right? So that's just like classes around, anything mental health related that are certified. And then you have to have like 24 hours. So this course was about, because some of them be short, some be long. This one was about 8-9 months. And so we're just about done. But, we talking once or twice a month, anywhere from 8 hours to 3 hours, or 3 to 8 hours. And so, yeah, it be a lot of stuff that I'm doing. So if I'm doing that, I don't want anybody to call me because then I'm going to get distracted, right? And then that's going to build up like unnecessary resentment, right? And I'm going to call, a thing. Because I know we don't like to say those type of words like resentment but if I let you do something, if I let you cross my boundary enough, I am going to subconsciously build up resentment, right? Or anger or frustration or instant irritation about you. And it's nothing that you're doing to me, right? But let me tell you, you call me 3 times every time I'm doing a video and you ruin a video, that's going to piss me off, right? And then it's going to make me angry at you, right? And I don't want a lot of times when we are not aware of our boundaries, we start getting angry at the wrong people. Angry at your spouse, angry at your kids, angry at your parents, angry at your friends, angry at your coworkers, but you're not speaking up. You're not asserting your boundaries. You're not saying, hey, from this time to this time, I got to focus, right? I'll call you after I'm done, because if I call you during that time, like, let's say a family member, and this happens often, family member call me and I would have to, a lot of times, because that's how my mind works, right? It still has nothing to do with them. When somebody calls me, a lot of times, this probably is PTSD related, but my body's instant reaction, I have to answer, right? But let's say I'm, trying to finish this grant, trying to finish this test, this quiz, right? Trying to, finish this editing of this video. And then, like I said, you call me because my body is like, this is important. I have to pick up. And then I'm on the phone with you for an hour and a half, right? Probably just talking trash, right? Or just having a good conversation. But then I go back to the test, go back to the grant, go back, and all that momentum that I had is gone, right? The video, I forgot what I was doing, right? Or like, damn, I was trying to get this done at a certain time. And now what is happening is if I'm aware, I can catch myself and be like, well, that was your fault. You should have not been on the phone that long. But then it's going to be like, man, like if such and such didn't call me, I wouldn't have been able to finish this by now. Excuse me. But like you angry at the wrong person. And if that happens multiple times, it's going to make you feel as if it's that person. And so we just have to be mindful of what our body needs. Because even, just to go back to this one more time, like with my work schedule, like sometimes I will be on the phone like here and there. But I'm more mindful, like, okay, I don't need to be on the phone for like 10, 20 minutes, in terms of like, that's my break time. That's the time that I can, use to just, get some energy out or just kind of get a needed break away from the computer or away from what I'm doing. But then also turning my phone off so that way I can allow my creativity to flow, right? I don't have no interruptions. I don't have things throwing me off. I'm not losing the momentum, because of what I notice is when I finish what I'm actually supposed to do, when I finish my task at hand, it makes me feel so good, right? And I say this as somebody who, I wasn't necessarily irresponsible. I've always been a pretty responsible person in terms of like big needs, but like in terms of small details, like getting things done on time, getting things done before time, like getting things done early, and not rushing through things or waiting to the last minute is very new to me. Okay. So like, I like that feeling. I like things being completed and organized and on schedule. And I notice that makes me feel better. I'm able to show up and be present with people because now I'm not thinking about, damn, I should be really posting that video. God damn it, I should have, or I'm thinking about, damn, I haven't finished this, and this. And it's distracting me from being with you, right? From me being with my people. Like I can't even focus because I'm thinking about all the things that I got distracted by, right? And so, when we're thinking about boundaries, we're also thinking about, even in healthy relationships, there has to be boundaries of saying, no, I have to focus on this. Because if I allow myself to go past that capacity, I'm going to start hurting myself, right? It's going to start directly impacting me. Because like I said, a lot of times we think about boundaries, it's more like unhealthy relationships, but learning how to say no, right? Learning how to say no, learning how to say not right now. And one thing I used to struggle with a lot was I would think about saying no in terms of, I would think it was a bad thing. Like, I'm not supposed to say no to people who I love. But if I love you enough, I should be able to tell you no, right? You shouldn't be the one that's upset with me because I say I need to get some rest. No, I can't go to that. I need to get some sleep. I need this day to just recharge. I need this day to take care of myself, because I would try to always give an excuse for why I did or didn't do something. But sometimes I just had to say, I just don't want to. I don't want to. I don't want to go. I don't feel like going. Right? Or just no, because no is a complete sentence. Because I don't want to, because I love you enough to tell you no. I love you enough to tell you and be vulnerable and say, yeah, no, I don't have the capacity for that. I don't have the energy for that. Right? You want to me to go to this thing. You want me to go to this event, or you want me to like extend myself past that capacity. I'm only going to start hurting me. And honestly, when we are aware of that, when we do say our no's, when we do say I can't today, it's past my capacity, what then happens is we start to fill up our cup even more because we're respecting our body. Like, it'll be so funny. I'll be like, a lot of times when I think of self-care, self-love, I'm like, damn, one day just not going to do it. And sometimes that's true, because sometimes you need definitely more than one day. But when I have intentional days where I'm actually like laying down, I'm putting my phone down, I'm doing deep breaths, I'm allowing myself to just watch TV and eat. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because that's my body just needs to be relaxed. Like, I'm not forcing myself to clean or organize, or I'm just allowing my body just to be. Just allow it to just sit. I notice when I come out of those times, I feel so much better. I'd be like, wow, okay, yeah. Now, what did you want me to do? Yeah, because now I have the capacity for that, right? Because now I don't got $40 no more. I got, you know what I'm saying, 400, 4,000. Like, okay, oh, what? You need that little 60? Okay, cool, right? Because now I have the capacity. I have the funds, right? I don't want to extend myself more than what I actually have the energy to. And so when we say our no's, oh, God. And then it also helps people, what's that phrase? You have to teach people how to love you. You got to, and people should respect you off top. But some people need specific things. And if you're not teaching people how to love you, how to show up for you, telling people what it is that you need, then that secret resentment is going to make you lash out and project onto others. That's where that Minnesota nice thing, that passive aggressive thing, because y'all be really wanting to get stuff off y'all chest, right? That's been building up, but you know what I'm saying? You won't say it. You won't just say, hey, I don't like when you do this, because when you do this, this makes me uncomfortable. I don't, and knowing that, and this is the thing before I keep going, we have to also understand that sometimes people are not going to like our boundaries, or some boundaries will be met with another boundary, right? So what I mean by because this is the thing. A lot of times when we talk about boundary stuff, it's like we just want people to accept our boundaries. Sometimes my boundary says, you can't do this. But if that is a person who does that, we have to know that sometimes it's just okay for people to leave. It's okay for people to walk away, because me and you, our boundaries, they don't go together, right? It's conflict, right? Because my boundary is maybe crossing your boundary, right? So as I'm saying this, also understand that people don't have to accept every boundary that you give them, right? Because sometimes y'all get a little crazy with the boundary thing. Like, shorty, your baby ate, apple slices. Like, nobody knew that was a boundary. Like, y'all get a little crazy with the boundary piece. But, we just have to understand people are not going to accept our boundaries, right? They should respect it, but they may not rock with everybody. But when we're establishing boundaries, that it should be respected, right? But people are not going to know what you need until you say, I need this, right, for myself, right? And if they respect it, they want to, love you through that, love you with that boundary, then they just have to understand it. And so as you're making your boundaries, as you're, make them realistic, please. All right? I don't want to get off topic too much, but make them realistic. Make them the things that you actually need to be your best self. Because like I said, sometimes we get a little crazy with this boundary piece, but because we don't want to accidentally put up a wall, right? You don't got so many damn boundaries that you don't have a wall that you're really just trying to keep people out of, right? I don't like this, I don't like this, I don't like this, I don't like this. Like, because now you're making it the opposite, right? The boundaries are supposed to help us be in balance with ourselves, right? Would then help us be in balance with the people that are in our lives. And so say no when you need to say no, right? Take inventory of yourself. Have compassion for yourself. Know what your capacity is. Know when your limit is. And know when you've crossed that boundary for yourself, how to dig deep in and say, you know what? Okay, yes, they have to change this, but I also need to learn how to speak up and say, no, I can't do that. No, this is not the best day. I can do this day, right? Knowing that it's okay to say no, and nobody should be angry at you about that. So I hope this was helpful, right? Because we have to have healthy boundaries to be present in relationships, to show up the way we want to for people, to be the best version of ourselves. We have to have healthy boundaries with ourselves, so that way we can help people to understand what it is that we need, so that way we can have the best relationships that we can have. You know what I'm saying? I got a little cheesy at the end, but it's cool. You know what I'm saying? It was very Disney-like, but I appreciate y'all being here. I love y'all so much. Thank you for rocking with the kid or whatever. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And it's Tella and Terry B. And Terry. And good night. It's probably not a night there. And beautiful, guys.